Here's another one inspired by driving. It's called Drive-By Drive-Thru. The shooter drove the plaza, wondering which fast food joint deserved the honor of his first hit. The noisy kids in the clown's playland? The court of that ever-symbolic king? The taco stand that stole the church bell? That ginger bitch in pigtails? All would get their day today, but none seemed to speak to him as the ideal killing ground for his fast food massacre go-round, until he finally saw the signs and smiled in agreement. I'm thinking Arby's. Bloodbath and beyond. The clawfoot tub clenches the floor whenever I twist the handle hot, scouring the bone tiles and filthy basin belly. Droplets spray and pepper the flesh, and that's just the curtain of skin, dancing on its meat hooks, absorbing the stream, but perpetually unclean. I don't understand why the blood doesn't wash out, why it molds so much. Maybe something ill spills from the green gums of that open-mouthed showerhead, spraying its sickness. Or perhaps it's just my plumbing. All chocolate is chocula. All chocolate is chocula. It seduces with its riches, wraps your desire in the cape of your mouth, inviting the sink of teeth. We never bite it gently, we always suck it to vapor, feeding off its power, until we are left only with the empty pang for more and more and more. We are undead with diabetes, obese with our obsession, unquietly unquenching while we dwell upon the melt. Endless shrimp. It started with the scampi, rammed so tight in the ramekin that I could barely tease the first tail out. The first briny bite was great and garlicky, but little did I realize what I had begun. Like tugging some magician's handkerchief, the crustaceans just kept coming, an endless stream of shellfish everywhere I looked. They were festooned on every cocktail the waitress brought, swimming in every sauce, piled on every piping hot platter. It was all I could eat, and eventually I cried, "No more!" and went to pay my bill, but the shrimp kept coming. They spilled out of my wallet when I opened it, like a gaggle in a net slopped on deck. I grabbed a fistful of bills quickly, and black eyes and red tails squirted between my fingers. As I walked to my car, I scratched my ear, and a tiny bay shrimp slickered out, pink as a squirming fetus, dropping onto the shoulder of my golden blazer like a dead bird. I swiped it off, and a mass of writhing shrimp poured out from under my slimy armpits. I stared at the growing pile of shrimp at my feet and marveled at the smell before I felt more of the tiny tads, at least 19, shooting one bug-eyed bullet after the other right out of my nose. The prawns were piling higher and higher around me, and other people in the parking lot too, all of us trapped, stunned by the sudden rising sea of sea creatures, spouting spontaneous from every orifice. I saw cars squishing into the tidal wave of red shrimp, spreading down the street as the flood rose up to meet the Red Lobster sign, like the sail of some sinking ship, and many castaways were pulled under the surface around me as I struggled not to drown in their carapacious currents. It was all I could eat. It was all I could eat. Don't stop bleeding. Just a vampire girl living in a zombie world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy, dead and raised in South Detroit. He took a bite of brain going anywhere. Find a human in a smoky room, the smell of blood and cheap perfume. For a lifetime they can share the night. It goes on and on and on. Strangers shuffling up and down the boulevard. Shadows searching in the night. Undead people living just to find emotion. Feasting somewhere in the night. Slurping hearts till the lust's fulfilled. Everybody's out to kill. Doing anything to feel the vice just one more time. Some are green, some are blue. Some have mouths that cannot chew. Oh, the horror movie never ends. It goes on and on and on. Strangers shuffling up and down the boulevard. Shadows searching in the night. Undead people living just to find emotion. Feasting somewhere in the night. Don't stop bleeding. Hold on to that feeding. Undead people. Oh, oh, oh. Don't stop bleeding. It's so hard not to sing that one. Here's another one like that. I wrote this shortly after George Bush put the fatwa on Osama. It's called Osama, Dead or Alive. This one will also be hard not to sing. Passport's the same, only the name has changed. And all the old regimes are just wasting away. My secret plans make high-tech seem so old. I hide all night, but you smoke me from my hole. I'm Osama. On a camel's back I ride. 'Cause I'm wanted, dead or alive. Feel free to go, wanted, dead or alive. This is kind of terrible. Sometimes I'm a sheik, sometimes I hide in caves. The people I meet always seem to pass away. Sometimes you tell the day by the battleships you sink, and sometimes when you're alone, you dye your turban pink. I'm Osama, on a camel's back I ride. I'm wanted, dead or alive. I'm Osama, on a camel's back I ride. I'm wanted, W, dead or alive, dead or alive, dead or alive, dead or alive. Now I walk these streets, a loaded MK on my back. Today it's Taliban, tomorrow it's Iraq. I've been everywhere inside the army surplus store. I've seen a million Christians, but there's just one Amanpour. I'm Osama. And then we get the rest.